We back. Another night, another content. We have content every night, so just come back and check our show. Get out to Fall Fest this weekend coming up. If you have a classic car, September 19th, bring your classic car and your family gets free admission. Fall Fest down Musquamaket Beach. We got Harold Ferrer. Shout out to him and Rockwell Amusements. They're down there. We had Caswell Cook on yesterday. He did the stream, so you can check that out. But yeah, they have a nice classic car show. There we go. There's the music. It came back. Classic car show, September 19th, Musquamaket Beach. Back to the Future car. The Dukes of Hazzard car is going to be there. They're supposed to have a concert. It's definitely going to be something to watch. And look at that. A personalized little ad, right? From Grammar and Papa says, good luck, Bulldogs, this season, man. If you want one of these, let me know. What else? Game of the week tonight. Game of the week. Westerly, St. Ray's, definitely game of the week. A lot of good football going on. We're going to bring in Uncle Felix in a minute, but I want to have a big shout out to the people that helped me make this possible. Mark Wright, a presidential award winner, Coldwell Banker Coastal Homes. You're looking to buy a house, definitely give Mark a call. R&R Elite Recruits, you're getting recruited, give Ron and his team a call. They'll definitely take care of you. And our guy, Emerson Kilgore, like always, man. Big game, Bulldog, St. Ray's in the house tonight. So we're going to bring in Uncle Felix. Actually, let me get this out of here. So many things up on the screen. What's up, Uncle Felix, man? Welcome back another week, man. How you doing?
What's good? And I bet sitting here watching the football game with the Giants and I still call them the Redskins, I guess, but they're the Washington football team now, right?
No, they'll always be the Redskins, man. Shout hail to the Redskins.
Yeah.
They'll always be the Redskins. Amazon was behind that. It had a lot to do with them coming out of there.
It's a shame that they kowtow to the establishment here. I mean, it's sad to see. And also the Cleveland Indians, I mean, just disgusting in my opinion.
And you see these memes or these memes, whatever you call it, like where does it end in the professional sports era? Before you know it, anybody with a semi-Indian name or any type of name, the Blackhawks, the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's like they say, if you look for something to be offended by, you will find it. So,
definitely shout out to, you see it behind me, Coldwell Banker Coastal Homes. Mark Bright really helped me out this season. Thank you, Mark. I just wanted to show him definitely some love. So if you're looking to buy a house, Felix, give Mark a call, man. I'm sure he'll take care of you.
Nice.
Football here, we're going into week 2, and we look up on Max Preps, it's like it's so damn sloppy. Look, you still got some teams that are damn 2-0 right now, and for me, I wasn't a math major. It screws things up knowing it's going by winning percentage, man. What do you think after the first week? We're going into week 2. We're going to show one of your couple of your videos in a minute. You did top 3 on your Rhode Island ranked page. A lot of people seem to be liking that page.
Yeah, it's getting a lot of positive attention, which is nice. I get a lot of inbox messages from a lot of the athletes who either will send me some of their videos, asking questions. So it's pretty cool. It's positive. I try to keep it positive, but as it's gaining traction, of course you can get some haters, which is all fine. But I'm always looking to keep it positive. There, at the end of the day, these are kids playing a game, and you can't take it too seriously.
You already know you're gonna get haters. I mean, the list is long but distinguished, as they said.
It just means you're doing something right.
It means they're paying attention.
Exactly.
They're paying attention. We're in a new era, and Rhode Island football is really stepping up. Emerson Kilgore was on last night going off about it. Like, you really need to check that out. And he was like letting them have it. He had Coach Nod, Coach Erlen Perry was in the comment section, totally agreeing. Rhode Island football is definitely taking a big step. We got guys all over the country in college right now.
Yeah, and not only are they there, they're producing. You know what I mean? So, which is great. So I think, we've definitely taken a big step forward, and we got more to go. We definitely have the talent here, so it'll time will tell.
Definitely, man. Game of the week, man. Like we got to talk about this first. Then it'll give me a minute to Well, before we go into these games, right? Moses Muse, Saint Ray's, they handed NK a big can of whip butt last week. Held them down to under 20. I mean, I'm going to say it like it is. They really did. Held them under 20 yards in the first half. The final was like, what, 21-7, I believe. Like, is St. Ray's the real deal right now?
I definitely believe they are. They're the cream of the crop when it comes to Division II football. Not to take anything away from St. Ray's. NK, I don't believe is the team they were the past few years. They did graduate a lot of studs. Matter of fact, last year starting quarterback, who yeah. So NK, like I said, they got a lot of talent. St. Ray's has brought back a lot of talent because as good as they were powered by. So St. Ray's is the real deal.
Yeah, they definitely are. And now they're going to be traveling up to Westerly to play Stanley Dunbar, Westerly Bulldogs. Stanley being, graduating from St. Ray's, won a state championship with him. Him and Coach Massey have a great connection. How do you expect that game to go down? I mean,
it should be a very good game. As you know, Stanley is a very good coach. Obviously, Coach Sass is a very good coach. So I expect a well played game. Where is that game, by the way?
That game is going to be in Westerly, which I always said Westerly's, I don't care who you are. Westerly is a tough place to walk into and get a W. Not only you're playing, the kids play on another level. You got the stands are full. You got them damn cowbells, when they bring them cowbells. And last week, the place was excited. And this week, you already hear the buzz around town.
Yeah, I think it's to be a well played game. I think it's to be a close game. I did pick St. Ray's. Like I said, they are the cream of the crop in Division II, but they cannot take this game lightly. I think if they make that mistake, they will find themselves holding the short end of the stick.
If Westerly can keep this game close, is it still kind of like a victory, a moral victory? Because then they know down the road, because they're saying these two teams right now are looking to be their favorite to go.
Yeah, I could definitely see this as being the prequel, right, to the Division II Super Bowl. Would it be a moral victory? I'm going to say no, because I think Stanley has it in these kids' minds that they should win this game, and that's the way he should coach it. So I don't think he's going to approach this, it's a moral victory because we were close. So look at it as, we let one get away, and hopefully we see them down the road.
Sometimes it's real tough to get two wins. It's tough to beat a team twice. But, I think if they could stay close in this game, I would love them to come out with the victory. But if they could stay close and keep it relevant, I think that's a win also.
The key for Westerly is if they're going to have to control St. Ray's run game, because they have a vicious run game with multiple weapons. You know what I mean? So if they can keep them somewhat honest, force them to throw, you know what I mean? I think that'll keep them in the game. Obviously, if St. Ray shows up and just runs roughshod over them, it's going to be a long day at the office.
And it could be like that. St. Ray's could show up and just dominate everybody this season. It looks like, these kids were all in camps. They did Breakthrough Academy. They took their off season very tough. They were on the podcast. They said that they're coming back to get what's theirs. Like they were talking they started it off. We're not going to talk spicy. By the end, my guy Napoleon was like, yo, we're coming. He was talking extra spicy, so shout out to Napoleon, shout out to Moses Muse, good dude, Chris Molina, Gray over there, DePina, going to be great quarterback. Is a great quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they definitely got, like I said, multiple weapons there. They're gonna be a handful for whoever they play. So Wesley's got to make sure they bring their A game just to stay in it.
Definitely leave a comment if somebody wants to leave a comment who they think will win. You can actually your comment will be on the screen, and I think on Facebook I actually put the link. You can come on real quick if you want to say something about your team, but I put the link on there. But definitely get out to the Fall Fest. Bring your classic car. They said free admission if you bring your classic car for you and your family. So, shout out to the Fall Fest. I think Fall Fest can be exciting. But let's get into some of these games. Let me get the actual schedule up here. I don't like that other one. It kind of give me one second. All right, Barrington, Moses Brown.
Yeah, that team, or that game, I should say, both teams are struggling. Barrington graduated 22 seniors last year. Moses Brown is struggling to find themselves ever since their coach there left to go be the assistant coach at Brown. That's going to be a tough one. I know Moses Brown has a pretty good quarterback there, but I'm just not sure of all the weapons that they do have there. So it's going to be a good game. I'm going to go with the team with the better quarterback there. So I want to say I'm going to go Moses Brown.
Shout out Moses Brown. Shout out my guy, Willie Edwards. That's the name he was thinking of. He went over to Moses Brown. I mean, he left Moses Brown, went over to Brown University. He done great things over at Moses Brown. Now, that game, Barrington, what do you got? A couple kids stuck out to me. One, I want to say his name might have been Andrews, and the other kid, Stubbs, or is it Stubbs? There's two kids that stuck out to me in Barrington. One I think will probably be stepping up to be the quarterback soon. They don't have the same team that they did last year, and I know that St. Ray's can't wait to play that game, but I don't think it's going to be the same team that people are expecting, and I'm not even sure Barrington makes the playoffs.
It's going to be an upward climb for them. I know I saw a recent media poll or something, and I think somebody had them at 10 or something like that. That is way too. Not to knock them. They're in rebuild mode, in my opinion.
Like I told Gary Goodhart the other day, don't believe everything you see in the Providence Journal. And that's the only place you'll see that damn media poll. I actually shared it just because I kind of thought, I was looking at LaSalle taking that loss, and I thought I had LaSalle getting knocked down a little bit. Hendrick and I had to keep up there, and St. Ray's I had Central. I had in that Central spot because you can't take it away from them for not playing it. It's
kids not playing.
No, nobody wants to play Central. Paul Mike Washington over there sitting on an island by himself. Like Central, just think of a city school that's making cuts.
Yeah.
Like, he's in a pretty good situation.
So he's chomping at the bit to play his first game in, 2 weeks in a row now, no game.
And you can't be penalized for not having a game, so he'll stay up there in the standings based on the math.
And he's also going to be collecting some rust.
Yes, but I think Mike Washington, there's plenty of teams he could find a scrimmage, and I'm sure it's going to get situated once Socket, not playing last season, coming back. Mm-hmm. A lot of schools, not only ones, I'm sure when Socket was involved with the academic crisis, the social distancing was a damn mess,
mm-hmm.
And when Socket's in a rebuilding, it's just really, really tough. Shout out to the staff up there when Socket doing a great job. Charlie B-Ball, his line coach, Eddie, definitely shout out to them. Lincoln and Rogers.
That should be a good game. That's a Division II matchup there. Lincoln actually did better than I thought they would. In their last week's game. Rogers knocked off Middletown, who moved down to Division 3. Um, that game is where is that game, by the way? Is that one
1 second. Let me get it back up here. That is going to be at Lincoln.
at Lincoln?
You could take one of your walks.
That's actually a pretty good matchup. Um, I'm gonna go with the home team there. Plus, I live in Lincoln, so
It'd be tough to go to the store. Well, you picked against us
easier for me.
with the 400 people that are watching right now. But yeah, Rogers. You know, for a long time, Rogers like his. If you look back on the history of the interscholastically, Rogers had a good team for a long time. But they also had the Navy base down there, and they had a bunch of, you know, you had them sailors fitting out kids like candy. You know, so Rogers had a whole lot of students down there, and they were a real good football team, good program.
Yeah, they were. I believe in the '90s they were.
SK had a good game against Narragansett last night. You know, Narragansett really did they stay relevant. They scored 14 in the last quarter of that game, but they're playing Portsmouth. Portsmouth coming from playing an out-of-state team.
Mm-hmm.
That game is gonna be in Curtis Corner Middle School, so that's SK, right?
Yeah, that should be a good game. Ryan, and I know I mentioned it last week. Ryan Hazard, and I called it. I told him a big game last week, and he did. And as long as Portsmouth can control him, they can control the Rebels. So with that one, I'm going to go with Portsmouth. You know, being led by Benny Hurt, great quarterback. You know, they got a very good team there. They're definitely going to be in competition for the D1 title. SK is looking to make some noise this year. I think they might be able to sneak into the playoffs there. They're going to go as far as Ryan has it, I think, can carry them. And but you know, it's easier said than done. So, but I'm going to lean towards Portsmouth on that one.
Let's take a quick look at your rankings here while we have this up. 1 second. All right, there we go. I don't know if I could pause it here. These were Felix's rankings. Oh yeah, I can pause it. Okay. So where are we at now? Who'd you have? What was this one? This was the okay. Here was the kid you was talking about. That you had trouble. What team? Do you remember what team he was playing for?
Panthers. Johnston.
Kid had a good game. Nicholas Kopp, you know, he was one of your picks as well.
He had sacks in his first game.
Oh yeah, even this last he had. I actually have Nick Kopp because he was Coventry's player of the game.
And the kid that couldn't find his picture there, he had 4 sacks.
Oh, Anthony Garlick. All right. If anybody has a picture of Anthony Garlick, send it to Rhode Island Rank so he can give him the credit. Nick Kopp in that game had 17 tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 fumble recovery.
He was all over the place. And then train there from Shea. He led Shea in a shutout victory over Moses Brown. He was also all over the field making tackles everywhere. He also ran the ball very well too. But defensively, I mean that he's just built like the next level middle linebacker.
Yeah, definitely have some shout out to everything that Shea is doing also, you know, Coach Camp over there, Coach Torres, Coach Mike Murray.
And if you're watching that video, they have my most favorite logo.
Huh. Yeah, they do. That is pretty nice. All right, let's see what else we got here. This was high school senior Ron Wadrin led with an arm and leg that we can match up against Middletown, courtesy of Newport News. Let's see if we can get some more videos. Nice UMass, nice touchdown right there to Cumberland kid, huh, Dante?
That play was selected as the MassCAC Play of the Week. But so he keeps UMass and Dante keep racking in the all the accolades. So he obviously he got Rookie of the Week, he got Player of the Week, and now he got he's part of Play of the Week as well.
And this is Luke Molly, very good wide receiver, tall kid. Booyah! Watch that film. People might start going to Rhode Island ranked to see some film.
Well, that's the whole idea of it. That's why I actually have some college coaches who follow the page, and I'm assuming so they.
The Luke Molly, and Lance Williams being a player of the game. I know he had close to 200 yards in his game. I'm actually looking that up right now because I actually had the coach send it to me. But Lance Williams is gonna be a very, very good. He is a good quarterback now, and we'll see tomorrow what comes out. But Coach Dunbar said they are ready. Here we go. Top wide receivers. West Warwick High School. Richard Medeiros.
Richard Medeiros racked up. He basically averaged over 50 yards, almost 60 yards a catch. He only had a couple of catches. About 120 something yards, including that 77-yard touchdown strike. And the week prior to that, he also had he's proven to be a deep threat for the. Yeah.
And then you got the kid from Bishop Hendricken, number 40.
Egan Jeremy. I feel bad for any cornerback once he catches the ball. That kid is built like a tank. If you remember, Tegan Jerry was a running back for the Warwick Pals, and he was very successful there. They've converted him over to a slot receiver, and he's causing all sorts of damage. And he did that damage against a very good Iona Prep football team, which, again, probably one of the better teams in the whole country. And he was able to score a touchdown. He racked 86 yards on, I believe, 4 catches. He played very well.
And someone else nobody is talking about, I mentioned this to you earlier, is Andre Fisher. Played very well against Iona Prep. Shout out to Andre Fisher over there on.
He actually knocked the quarterback's helmet off.
And, I was seeing because being on Max Preps all the time, looking through Huddle, you see these filmed, and I was like, wow, man, why isn't anyone talking about Andre Fisher? So shout out to Andre Fisher. Maybe the 10,000 people that are watching. Definitely shout out to Andre Fisher. So we had the Luke Molly. Okay, let me get back to the videos. We go on with it. Okay, yeah, definitely shout out to Tolman. Check out, they have October 23rd, 2021 at the Columbus Club of Lincoln Comedy Fundraiser. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. The show starts at 7:30. Bring your own socks. Nah, it says bring your own snacks. I was just kidding. Cash bar 50-50. Raffle drawing is going to be an auction 18 plus. $20 a ticket. Look, you can hit the QR code right there for tickets to donate a sponsor. Please go funnyforfunds.com/event. So you can call Christy Karen at 401-486-7370. I'm getting pretty good at this.
Sure.
And here we go. Back to West Warwick. Richard Medeiros.
Yep, that was the 77-yard strike there. Took a quick slant and just took it to the house. And the separation is what really impressed me.
Yeah, Coach Pennington, shout out to you. I haven't even had a chance to share this stream yet, but can my people out there, if you're listening, definitely share this. Tag some coaches. Let them know we talking about them. Shout out Coach Nadeem, Coach McCormick that was already watching tonight. Shout out to everybody that helps us out. Top running backs. You got to have Jaden Carnivale over there from Coventry.
Moses Muse obviously had a big game. And E2 probably might have had the biggest game of them all. They won a few times.
Eddie Insko watching. MC, the quarterback over there for Burrville. I have trouble saying their last name.
Oh,
Corino?
Noya.
Kanoya. There it is. Well, shout out to.
Noya. He actually played for me basketball for Team Launch. He's actually a pretty good basketball player as well.
Well, don't I feel stupid now? Couldn't even pronounce his name. But running backs, man, have we had a chance to see some running backs? Coventry has a few players that are in the top 3 of Rhode Island ranked. And if you have film, I'm sure you could send it to Uncle Felix. Check him out over there on Rhode Island ranked page. Where can they send you film?
Yep, they can send it right there on the page. Just message me, and I will get it. Job is sending so far. Don't always put them all up. I do look for them, if they make the cut, I will put them up.
Because it's definitely not easy, is it?
No, it's time consuming. It's funny because I get a lot of messages. The kids wanting to see this and want to see that, which I would love to oblige. I'm a one man show, so.
Definitely, yeah, it's definitely not easy. And let me just show this real quick. Look, if you want a personalized little ad to shout out your favorite team, youth, coach, program, let me know, inbox me, and we could definitely make that happen. But we're gonna get back into a little more of this before we get into our picks. This was a pretty good sack too, huh? Bang.
Yeah.
See ya.
Baggio there, he came through. I love the little dip in the shoulder, got under the block, and just leveled the quarterback.
So what do y'all think of Uncle Felix's top 3 picks, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers? Going to take time before he starts getting the defensive players, but you'll definitely be able to see him on the Rhode Island ranked page. So who do we have here?
Cam Seaver from Shea. He played a good game. He tossed a couple of touchdown passes, no interceptions in that game. Again, that was in the shutout win over Moses Brown. He looked good. And then we had Lance Williams from Westerly, who did a lot of damage in the air and the ground. He played an all-around great game. As you said, he was Westerly's player of the game. And, he did good enough to beat one of the top 3 quarterbacks on my Rhode Island ranked page. And then who was the other guy there?
You had Luke Molly. Oh, Lance Williams. I'm sorry, these are quarterbacks. You had Lance Williams. Hang on. Seaver, the kid from Shea, and was it he too?
Oh, he too. Going pretty slow.
Cam Seaver and Pilgrim.
Oh,
Connor Wildmore. We're bad, Blake. Blake might chime in any minute and be like, really?
Yeah, I actually spelled his name wrong. It's not Wildmere. It's Widmer. The L doesn't belong there. But he also played a really good game. I think they knocked off Tolman, right? So they
yes. Coach Blake, shout out to what he's doing at Pilgrim, man. He's got that team. They're different.
Pilgrim won that game and was not able to run the ball at all. Pilgrim actually finished that game with negative rushing yards. You know what I mean?
You were a very tough line. I mean, Blake said he was on. Go back and watch my interviews last Friday because Coach Blake, no matter what he's doing after every show, he comes on. Coach Dunbar. Mm-hmm. Coach Dunbar comes on. So shout out to them.
That tells you what kind of game Widmer had for him to, get his team to victory when he couldn't count on any type of running game. Because again, that Tolman defensive line is amazing. They're going to be tough all year.
Let me get back to what the schedules here. Lincoln, all right, we did the Lincoln Rogers, SK and Portsmouth.
Yep, we did that one too. I'm going with Portsmouth on that one. As long as they throw Ryan Hazard, they'll be fine.
Now we already know that the Central Woonsocket game was canceled. Central can't get a game in. Shout out Coach Mike Washington over at Central.
Yeah, I'm sure he's chomping it.
Oh, definitely. And another game that was canceled was Shea High School in Cranston West.
bad for all the, who get these games. It's awful.
Yeah, we definitely hate seeing these games. Well, that game actually says the Shea Cranston West says it was postponed. Maybe we'll hear from one of the coaches over there and ask them.
That'd be nice.
West Warwick High School, shout out West Pennington, and it says West Warwick and Tolman. They're going to be playing Tolman. That's going to be at West Warwick. Tough Tolman line.
Yep. And the whole going to be a tough task for Pennington and his boys, because that defensive line over at Tolman. I mean, they got some big boys there, some next level players, that's for sure. So that game, I'm gonna have to go with Tolman, because they're pretty much gonna make West Warwick one dimensional, and anytime you make a team one dimensional, they're easier to beat. So sorry, West, I got to do it to you, but I'm going with Tolman on this one.
Ooh, Wes going to go into this at 0-2.
Oh, we all know it's a process. He's not going to turn that school around in 1 week or two, you know what I mean, or even a year. So it's going to take a while.
Definitely, and if you want to come in and say a shout out to one of your teams, I'll let you in. We'll talk about what team you like, and we'll go on. Just give me one second. Johnson High School in Tollgate.
Yeah, gonna go with Johnston on that one. Tollgate is struggling. They are not one of the better teams in the league. They've been struggling for a while now. I'm not sure what's going on there exactly, but hopefully they turn things around. Johnston, as we know, is coming off a Super Bowl appearance last year. They still have some weapons. So I Johnston should cruise to a victory there.
Do you like a game today? What game you like? Welcome. I don't know. Okay, so we'll go on to the next game. Cumberland High School EG. Well, I told people earlier that if they wanted to come on and say something about their team, they were welcome to come on, or if they wanted to give their picks, that was welcome, but they got to be ready. Johnston High School and Tollgate, we'll see what happens with Johnston. I think that they lost Zednick last year, but I think their quarterbacks is going to be one of the top. I think he is one of the top dogs right now in Division II in Hunter Remington.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think they'll cruise to victory there against Tollgate.
Okay, let's see. Cumberland EG.
That should be a good matchup. EG coming off a Super Bowl appearance. They lost to Central last year in the Super Bowl. EG has a great quarterback in Park Hadiski. Definitely one of the probably top 5 quarterbacks in the state. Problem with them is I think they're a little thin on the offensive line this year. And unfortunately, that's good news for Cumberland, because Cumberland is loaded in the line front. So I think the combination of that is going to prove too much for EG, so I'm going to go with Cumberland.
All right, let me see if the caller is ready, or the viewer, or whatever you call him. I don't even know what to call it. Hello, how are you? Welcome.
Looks like their mic is on mute.
Okay, we tried, but welcome to the show. We appreciate you coming in. Try again. Okay. It's awesome how people can just call in and, so we can have a conversation with the people out there, but they got to be ready. Coventry High School and Mount Pleasant, man. Coach Goodhart was on last week, and his words, he was pissed after a win. And like he said, you can't throw back a keeper. So he is going to take the win, wasn't happy about it. And, he said, according to Eric Rube, that Mount Pleasant is big and strong and tough and top 20 team. I don't think they're a top 20 team. I think they're in a rebuilding mode. I think Coventry easily wins this game.
I could see that. Coventry is going to be a tough team this year. They're definitely, they're the defending champions. You know what I mean? So until you can prove you can knock them off, they're the defending champions.
Yes, they Smithfield High School, North Providence.
Now,
Smithfield is 3, I believe.
yes, this is this is Division 4. And, Smithfield is coming off of last week. I think 30 points on somebody, and I think they're running a triple option. E2 had a big game for them. So I can see them doing something very similar. North Providence is still struggling. So I'm going to go with E2 and the Sentinels on that one.
Shout out to the Sentinels. North Providence, they got a big kid, but he comes off the line from the sideline. He gets to the line, he's good for a couple plays. And they got a real tall quarterback that seems to be doing. That kid is going to be pretty good. I think I want to say he was number 1. I seen the Situate game in North Providence. Pilgrim and Middletown. Pilgrim, let me tell you right now, I already said it. They're coming off 2 Super Bowls. The last year, COVID year, they moved down to D2. They don't win a game. It gave Coach Blake a whole different attitude. I think all roads, if you want to say roads lead to anyway, I think it all goes to Pilgrim this year for the Division III Super Bowl. I got to run over here, Phil. Give me 1 second. Go ahead. Tell me about the game.
I mean, Jack played home and won that game. You know what I mean? So they're nothing that in Division 3. So yeah, they are the problem. 3. Oh, now and with the stat. I think that's the second one already.
Back just in time. Had to run over there for a second. So who'd you say won that game? I didn't hear.
I'm gonna go with Pilgrim. Just again because they are the cream of the crop. I mean, they played up a division and knocked off a very good home team. I mean, so how can't you go with that?
Yeah, I mean, how can you not go against Pilgrim? They're just playing very, very good football. And we'll go over this game. We started the conversation about it because it was definitely the hot ticket. Westerly High School, St. Ray's. Well, you know what? We'll come back to that. Bishop Hendricken playing a Cranston East team, man. Is this going to be the team that beats Bishop Hendricken this week?
I'm going to go on the limb and say no. Got a new coach there. He's looking to turn things around. They've been struggling lately. And, unfortunately for him, to be faced against a very deep and a very good Bishop Hendricken team who's actually coming off a loss. So, and from what I understand, Brandon Durant will be playing this game, so he'll be back. I don't believe Noland will be back. He had he was out of the first game, and I think the lineman who missed Bork.
Burke was the other one.
He's actually done for the season.
So Burke, wow, you heard that? That was like breaking news. You already know. No one else knows that. Who else knows that? Burke is done. But all 3 of them players are relevant players and needed on the team. And you guys losing to Iona, that's a nationally ranked team. You had 3 key pieces that were out. I don't really think that's too bad of a loss.
No, again, but being Bishop Hendricken, they expect to win every game they play. I actually got a chance to break down that film. They actually played pretty well, considering, obviously a player like Durant is going to make impacts on the field on both sides of the ball. So there's no telling what he would have done. But hey, injuries are part of the game. You can't lean on them as excuses. A loss is a loss, and I can tell you one thing. a team like Bishop Hendricken is not smiling or patting themselves on the back after any kind of loss.
So could Bishop Hendricken be coming out there to? They want this They're gonna put a hurting on Cranston East this week. You're saying?
I know they'll be fired up. So, and it's at home opener. I know Mangate's going to be in full force. They've already put out some IG instructions of what they want the crowd to wear. So it's going to should be a great atmosphere for some football.
Oh goodness, here we go. NK, man, NK kind of. If I hope they just got to fix a couple things. I hope last week what we seen under 20 yards in the first quarter. Them being opening that can of whip, but by St. Ray's. But St. Ray's is the cream of the crop. Is NK against Burrillville. Who needs this win more?
I'm going to say NK needs it more. Will they get it? I don't think so. I don't. Again, NK is not the team that they were for the past few years. They've graduated a lot of studs, and as I said earlier, their quarterback last year, Carr, is now the starting quarterback at Framingham State. So that tells you what kind of talent he was, because he's walked into Framingham State, who's usually a MCAC powerhouse, and he's the starting quarterback there. So, again, that tells you what kind of player he is. And, they lost him. They lost some great receivers there. So they're definitely not the team they were. Burrillville is very well coached. Those kids have been together for a very long time. Wesley Kanoya is probably a top 10 quarterback in the state. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a tall order for NK. So I'm gonna go with Burrillville on that one.
Yeah, I always said what makes Burrillville so good is their youth program is so connected in with their high school program, and it's consistency from the time and they're always developing them quarterbacks.
They do a great job over at Burrillville. Kudos to them.
So shout out Coach Ferraro. Okay, Charahoe playing Westerly the first half. Tough game against Westerly. Westerly makes some adjustments, come out second half, 20-3 second half. They're playing North Smithfield, Mount St. Charles. Didn't get a chance to play yet. This is actually would be their first week. They had number issues coming into the practices, but these kids wanted to play Ponagansett. When they came on the podcast, they were mad because they was really wanted to play Ponagansett. They have a message to send, and I think Ponagansett got away with a lucky one here.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Jeff Piva is a very good coach there. Perfect guy to replace Wes. He was obviously in Wes's system for a number of years. He's been a North Smithfield youth coach, so he knows all these kids, which is great. I think in that game there, though, I'm going to go with Charahoe simply because, especially this early on in the season, you got to give the advantage a lot of times to a team that's already played a game. You know what I mean? Their butterflies are gone. They're ready to roll. Where North Smithfield is going to be looking to make those, those first game mistakes that a lot of teams simply, can't avoid making. So I'm going to go with Charahoe on that one.
You're picking against all my guests that come on.
Oh, and Jeff's a buddy of mine. I coached with him for a couple of years, so I'm sure, you know what I mean? That makes it a little awkward, but hey.
And check it out. We're going to be talking to Coach Jeff right from the bus after the game.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to call in right from the bus ride home, him and a player up front celebrating their victory. So shout out to Coach Piper. I love what he's doing. They got these boys doing push-ups and goose crap on the baseball field.
I love it.
And I used your North Smithfield picture as on this link actually in the beginning with your North Smithfield coaching hat on.
Oh,
from a long time ago, I found on Google. You can find a lot of things on Google, depending what you start Googling. But definitely, yep, I have that on. So next game is going to be, we had the quarterback Dean on the other day. Shout out to Dean. They're going up against Catholic Memorial.
Catholic Memorial is the cream of the crop in Massachusetts. Um, that's going to be a tall order for a LaSalle team. Matter of fact, I mean they got a bunch of Division One commits over there at Catholic Memorial. I believe 5 of them who have already committed to Boston College. So that unfortunately for LaSalle, they're looking to start the season 0-2. But in their defense, they played a very good Farrell, Monsignor Farrell, and also and now an awesome Catholic Memorial team.
Two tough games back to back.
Tough games back to back. So I'll be definitely keeping a close eye on the scoreboard in that game because Hendricken will also face Catholic Memorial in October.
So we'll see how that goes down. Ponagansett and Tiverton. We were gonna have Coach Cook on the show. He was gonna come on Saturday. He called me Friday night. He said, "I'll come on tomorrow." I was like, "Good." He was gonna talk about that big Juanita Sanchez win. Getting over that hump of his first game.
Mm-hmm.
But he never showed up. So if I was a doctor's office, I could charge him $45 for that, right? Shout out Coach Cook, man. Shout out his brother too, doing good things over there over at CLCF Chiefs. I think they're 2-0, coming off some nice shutout games. So shout out to them guys. Tiverton and Ponagansett. Who you like?
I'm gonna roll with Ponagansett on this one because based on what I saw on the scoreboard last week, I saw Smithfield rolled over Tiverton 30-0, and they did it via the ground game. Ponagansett has an excellent ground game themselves, so unfortunately, it might be more of the same. We'll see what Tiverton's made of. Maybe there was a bad game and they can redeem themselves, but we will see. They got to prove it first.
Well, yeah, and not only that, Ponagansett does have like 66 kids, and Tiverton, if they have 30. So and Ponagansett has 3 good running backs. You got Bacala, you got Brennan, and you got the other kid Carpenter. That's
They got themselves a 3-headed monster there. That's for sure.
4. You forgot the coach. Nah, shout out. I'm just messing with him. That's my buddy, man. EWG and Situate. Now I've been saying like D4 is getting smoky, man. Situate kind of making a little run. They big win against Hope last week. Their quarterback, their running back. They say that these guys could be the best in the division one day.
We'll see. They can take a big step forward if they can knock off EWG, who I have as a top 3 team in Division 4. So Situate's gonna, if this is the game they want to prove something, this is it right here. I'm with EWG in this one.
Shout out Coach Fulton. Shout out Coach Derek. Coach Fulton's a good coach. He works, year round. He's trying to build his program. He's got a senior quarterback. He's got 3 quarterbacks to choose from. So, but the thing is, Situate didn't get a lot of look at what EWG was doing. They got a small look at the injury fund. EWG not having a game. So we'll definitely keep a close eye on this because, like I said, between Situate, EWG, Ponagansett, they're the 3 teams that are making a lot of noise in that Division 4.
Yeah, it should be fun. The first month or so of every season is always interesting as you start to see what team's going to be what. You know what I mean? Well, them to teams to declare themselves as pretenders or contenders.
I knew this was coming. Look at that. The defensive coordinator is paying attention to what we're saying. See, people pay attention. He chimed in quick. He said, "Look, we're coming."
Who's he coaching?
That's Eddie Insco. He's a Cumberland guy. He used to coach up there at the Cumberland Clippers. Shout out to him. Coach Derek, part of his staff, he brought on Eddie as a defensive coordinator. Coach Valley, Coach Jai, Coach Brito. He's bringing on some great coaches. Coach G. But this is Eddie. Eddie's a big supporter of us. Always watching the show, supporting the show. But he said we're coming. He said, "We are coming. Watch out, Spartans. It's Spartan Nation." And I love the vibe up there in Scituate. Like the parents seem to like they're getting involved. The town seems to be getting involved. So
Nice.
we'll see. We'll see. Shout out to what they got going on Hope High School. I heard they were a strong, strong team, big team, worst team in the state, trying to get up there, trying to get out of that basement, needs a coaching staff, another program. They're gonna be playing Davies. Davies, almost had a chance to make the playoffs last season.
Yeah, no, Davies, in their short 3-year history, what I mean? They're already, building themselves up, and this year they should be making a run for the playoffs. And Hope, unfortunately, still trying to figure things out. Like you said, it's probably going to take a while there. They have trouble with numbers. They have all sorts of things going on there. I still would love to co-op with the Moses Brown, but until then, or hopefully they turn it around and figure things out. But that program has been down, and it's been down for a while now.
They should co-op with Moses Brown. That'd be a very good idea if you're listening. Central Falls, Blackstone Valley Prep. There's been a lot of social media talk about the class of 2011 today. Shout out to Josh Brennan that was on that squad. Ranked up like I forgot how many yards in a season, but he was posting it today. His whole class. So I reach out to them, seeing if their coach would come on my show. But that's a program that needs a platform. That's a program that, we all need to reach out and try to pick them up. Because their numbers are tough. They're going against a tough Narragansett team.
Mm. Yeah, that should be a good game. Narragansett still got a lot of air power there. And I think they got Tyler Poirier as a wide receiver there. He actually was very close to making my top 3 receivers. Just missed it. But I'm sure he'll be back, and maybe this is the week he cracks that top.
This is how we should take all your top 3 every week, and at the end of the season, we'll compile them all together, and then that's how we'll figure out our state, our all-state players.
Yeah, hey, why not?
It'll be more credible.
I'm thinking of doing an all-state team this year. We'll see. I definitely do like. Yeah, I do. At the end of the season, I'll put out my top quarterback, my top running back, my top receiver, and this year I'll put out my top. Last year was the top cornerback, and this year I put out the top defender. But if I remember correctly, last year I had Will Turner, Coventry was my top quarterback. My top running back was the Badeau, who's over at Brown now. My top receiver was Sednick, who was at UMass. And my top DB was Hill, who is over at Rhode Island now.
We'll make our own fantasy football high school style. Classical and Mount Hope. Classical, they put a lot of points up, with the injury fund game. Didn't play last week. What do you think about that game? Mount Hope, meh.
That should be an interesting game. I'm curious to see what Classical can do. They actually have one of the best weapons in the state in Marquise, the wide receiver there, who's actually already gotten off of RI. As his quarterback has returned. Obviously, they lost their running back who was over at Brown University now. But from what I hear, they're pretty impressive freshman running back. I'm not sure if he's on the varsity team yet or what, but I hear good things about him. So we'll see. I'm very curious to see what Classical can do. With that said, I'm leaning towards Classical because I know their quarterback is and he might be able to get the job.
And it definitely seems like we talked about earlier, the game of the week, the one everybody's got their eyes on, St. Ray's and Westerly. Gonna be definitely a good game if you want to get down to Salberry Field to watch the game. If not, I think the local radio station WBLQ has an app you can download and actually listen to the game. Use those to the Red Sox games when Johnny Bench was playing.
Yeah, I'll be definitely keeping an eye out for that score. I'll obviously be at the Henry King East game. So I'll definitely keep an eye out for that score. That's interesting to see.
Well, that's about it. We covered all the schools again. Week 2, it's all tomorrow, man. Coach Dunbar said he's ready. I'm sure Coach Sassy's ready. I know them kids down at St. Ray's are dying to get that nice hour bus ride up to Westerly, you know. But listen, after the game, right, you can go down to the Fall Fest. Check it out, Rockwell Amusements. You know, you can actually see Block Island from the Ferris wheel. They're gonna have the Back to the Future car. Which they usually have that every year. They got the movie theater down there to drive in. It's not bad. I don't know if you've been to Musquamica in a while.
It's been a while.
That's kind of a vacation for you so far from where you are, you know, Lincoln to Westerly. That's a ride.
Oh yeah. Gotta pack a lunch for that one.
That's right. All right, Uncle Felix, man, check him out on Rhode Island Ranked. You can go to Rhode Island Ranked, check out a lot of great videos on Instagram. That's probably the only place they allow the guy now. He got all his Facebook jail patches, you know. He earned them. But Uncle Felix, you still on parole? Did they let you back in on any of these social medias yet?
I'm back on Facebook, and it seems like they lifted the shadow ban, so I'm getting a lot more traffic again. And I'm still on YouTube. But that's more political stuff there.
Oh, yeah. I seen you had 900,000 views on your channel.
Over 1 million now.
Over 1 million, man. Yo, shout out to you. Uncle Felix's podcast. Definitely check it out. He had a great interview with the kid from Central High School. Shout out Flex. Good kid. And he's going to have more interviews coming up soon. So check his top 3 coming out Monday. Mondays, do you get them out or?
No, I put them out Tuesday. I usually put out the quarterbacks. Wednesday, I'll put out the receivers and the running backs, and then Thursday, I'll put out the defender.
In teams, fix that max prep stuff. All right, Felix, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Uncle Felix, man. I appreciate him coming out. And listen, if you need a personal ad, you know, kind of like a little booster ad, you know, you want to shout out your nephew or, you know, and it'll definitely really help the podcast out. We could personalize whatever you want on it. Let me get that back up here. I didn't want to take that down. I wanted to take, you know, personalized ad, you know, different things like this. So it'll definitely help me out. And here is another one. Good luck, LaSalle Academy, and stay safe. Thank you for supporting Can We Keep It Real podcast. I appreciate your support. So personalized ads, you get them on the day of the show you want. You know, it'll be a good thing for family to send. And it'll also support what we're doing and keep me from doing this, you know. So this one's Good Luck Bulldogs this season from Grandma and Papa. Thank you for supporting. And like I've been saying, get down to Fall Fest September 17th to the 19th. Shout out to Caswell Cook. And don't forget, come down on the 19th. Bring your classic car. And you and your family get in free. The Back to the Future car is going to be down there. The Dukes of Hazzard car will be down there. If you want to make a donation, definitely hit me up on the Cash App. I really, really appreciate it. Big shout out to Mark Wright, a presidential award winner. You're looking to buy a house. Give Mark a call. Emerson Kilgore, 401 Strength and Fitness. You a lineman or you in football or any sport and you want to go to the next level, nobody can really get you. Well, people can get you there, but Emerson will get you there the right way. Take it from a guy who's done it himself. Game of the week tomorrow. Check out the Willie Edwards podcast. You know, I really appreciate everything. Don't forget, Tuesday night, another Voice Sports edition of the podcast, and get this fixed, please. But yeah, game of the week tomorrow. Westerly Bulldogs, St. Ray's is gonna be a good time.
Nervous with butterflies in your stomach. Don't try to intimidate me. You couldn't scare me with lip. I'm spontaneous, smart, dangerous, fancy and quick. My trainer told me to work. He ain't prepared me to quit. I'm the only captain who's sailing this championship.